Hello, 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 friends. Jenn here, coach to sensitive souls who struggle with the emotional fatigue and overwhelm that can come with being highly sensitive. I combine meditation, energy work, and coaching to help guide them to inner connection, groundedness, and feeling more, finding that inner peace even in the daily chaos of life. Okay, so I thought I would talk today. I've been talking a lot about energy today. The focus, I think, this week might be a little bit more around meditation. And specifically this week, what I want to focus on are the different challenging things, challenging and perhaps unexpected things that can come up in meditation for people, and kind of, my experience with that maybe, and a little insight into, what I've learned and such. So today I want to talk about, the first one I want to talk about is emotions. Okay, so as we get into meditation practice, and we start sitting in quiet, and we start sitting with our body and giving our energy body space. As I've mentioned before, and last week we were talking about energy blockages and energy. When we give that space, it allows energy to come up, and energy wanting to be free and energy blockages wanting to be free will come up and want to be felt and experienced. And so part of that is emotions. So it is not uncommon in meditation for people to experience emotions to come through. And when you're first starting in meditation, depending why you come into meditation, you might be just joining into meditation for relaxation or whatever it is, and you might not be expecting this aspect to it. And so I think it's good to be aware that this happens, just so you know that it's not it's a normal part of this experience. And basically, when we give space, when we give ourselves the space to be quiet, it allows all of it allows space for energy to come through. So especially like if let's say we've been working and we've been busy, and we really in that day haven't been able to give our bring any awareness in, right? Because we're busy and we're working and we have other things to do, right? And our mind is busy and we're doing other things, and so we haven't been able to give space to our emotions and what we've been experiencing. And so when we do finally sit down in meditation, it makes sense that these things that we haven't been able to sit with during the day may come up, and that may come through as emotion. Older things may come through, right? Old energy blockages may come through. So it could be a form of, releasing. I just did a post today about, I cry a lot. And as I dive into my sensitivity, and as I give space for my sensitivity, I cry more. And I know for some people that might seem unappealing and might seem kind of scary. And if you talked to me probably 5-6 years ago, that would have been scary for me too, and I get it. But what it has allowed me to do is, the more that I give space and I touch into these emotions, the easier it is for them to come through, right? Because what's happening is, before, when I didn't allow myself to cry, I was constantly pushing things down, right? It'd come up, of course, but I'd push it back down because I didn't want to experience it. And that was forming energy blockages, right? That was having an effect on my health. That was having an effect on my wellness. It was having an effect on my ability to enjoy life. and to feel other emotions, right? So when I finally started to sit with my emotions and started to sit and slowly allowing myself to kind of feel things, feel the uncomfortable things, the easier it became. Just like any muscle or anything we do, if you compare it to fitness, the more we do it, the easier it becomes, right? And so the more that I started to sit with my emotions and let them come through, you develop that ability. I'm almost rewiring the way that I experience emotions. Before, it used to be an automatic push down reaction. Like there would be some times where a situation would come up and someone would ask me if I was feeling, let's say, anger, and I'd be like, oh no, I'm not angry. And then later I would realize, yes, I do feel angry about that. I was so used to pushing certain emotions down that in the moment I didn't even know I was feeling them. So as I kind of did that work and started to unpack that, basically I'm rewiring how I feel and process and experience emotions. So as I sit with them, I'm saying it's okay to feel this, right? And then in the moment when I'm feeling it, I'm trying to do that as well. It's okay to feel this. And sometimes I may not fully be able to give myself the full space, but I may just stop and say, okay, I'm feeling this, that's okay, and then I move on through my day. And that's just a little bit of an aside into the emotion part. But basically what I wanted to say is, as we dive into meditation, emotions may come through, and that's perfectly normal, perfectly okay. It's part of the process. And as to why it's coming through, the best way to figure that out is to sit with it and see what does it feel like to you? What does it feel like to you? Does it feel like it's an energy being processed? Does it feel like something that's wanting to be seen? Like, what does it feel like to you? Is it old? Is it new? The best way is to ask it and to feel for that answer within yourself. I can't say the why, but emotions are energy, right? So it is energy coming through. And the other thing is, because it is a form of energy release, one of the things I have noticed that sometimes happens, it's not necessarily I feel an emotion, I cry. Sometimes I sit in meditation and I just cry. So sometimes it can be just a part of, I think for me, it's developed into an energy release period. And while emotions are energy, thoughts are energy, beliefs are energy, patterns are energy, there's different energy blockages, but sometimes it can just be energy that I'm not necessarily associating with anything coming through. So yeah, I hope that helps. I did wander a bit on that one, but if you have any questions, comments, love to hear them. If you think this would be beneficial to anybody, please share. And if you're diving into meditation either newly or trying to reestablish a meditation practice, if you're finding this part is coming up and you're feeling stuck on it, or maybe you want someone else to sit with you, that is something I offer. I do soul coaching meditation sessions. It's exactly what I do. We sit in meditation. We kind of form a shared energy field, and we experience what's going on together, and give it space together. And more people who give space to what's going on, the easier it is for things to come up and to flow. And yeah, so if that's something you're interested in, I'm a little low energy today, feel free to message, ask questions. Yeah, as always, many blessings, much love. Good evening.